Yeah, we're gonna start up that Doki Doki. So, if you remember, yeah, thank you for that game. So, if you guys remember, we stopped right before the weekend. Yuri's coming over to our house, and we're gonna make flyers and whatnots. It'll be fun. It's already Sunday. Wow, we skipped Saturday apparently. I've been getting increasingly anxious about Yuri's upcoming visit. I keep telling myself there's no reason to be nervous, but it doesn't help much. Yuri is clearly an introvert and also an intimate person in general. There's no doubt that she'll open up a little bit when it's just the two of us. Meanwhile, we've been texting occasionally. She was extremely apprehensive at first, but it wasn't long before I was already learning more about her. But putting Yuri aside, I haven't heard a thing from Sayori since she left the club early that other day. It's not like we text each other all the time or anything, but I've been worried about her in the back of my mind. Between what Sayori said and what Monica said, is it really okay for me to put Sayori's feelings aside when she might need me? We're feeling a little bit guilty, everyone. I decide to visit Sayori before Yuri comes over. Rather than asking, I simply tell her I'm coming over, much like we've done in the past. Once I reach Sayori's house, I knock on the door before entering it myself. Again, we used to play so often that we've made it a habit of simply entering each other's homes like we were family. See? That's a good kind of relationship to have, everyone. The house is quiet. Sayori isn't anywhere on the first floor, so I assume she's up in her room. It's already strange of her not to run down and greet me. It is a little weird. I head up to her bedroom where I finally find her. Sayori? Oh, there she is. She just didn't hear us. That's what it was, sure. Hi, Chiron. I sit down in her room. Sayori forces a smile, but it's easy to tell that she's different. There's been enough silence between us. You haven't come over like this in a long time, have you? I can't talk right. I'm sorry. I guess you're right. It has been a long time. Not much has really changed, has it? Sayori's room is as messy as it's always been. I also recognize the same stuffed animals and wall decorations she's had for years now. At some point I'll be over this. If you came over more often, it wouldn't be such a mess. Well, that's because I end up cleaning it for you. How come you suddenly wanted to come over today? Aren't you supposed to see Yuri today? Well, yeah, but... Wait, how do you know that? Sayori had already left by the time we decided that last meeting. Monica told me. It's only natural for her to keep me informed about the festival preparations, right? That's true. But what about you? Aren't you going to be helping Monica today? She doesn't look so excited. she like her words are saying she's excited, but she doesn't look so excited. Anyway, of course. But I'm just helping her online. We didn't meet up or anything. Ah, so it's just me and Yuri then. That's not weird at all. Yep. There's more silence between us. Sayori stares in a random direction. Everything about her behavior is really uncharacteristic. I finally get to the point. I just wanted to see how you were doing after you left on Friday. Something's wrong, you can't hide it from me. I know you too well. So... Sayori smiles, shaking her head. That's no good, Chiron. Huh? Why can't it be like it's always been? This is all my fault. If I didn't get so weak and accidentally express my feelings, if I didn't make that stupid mistake, then you wouldn't have been worried about me at all. You wouldn't have come here. You wouldn't have even been thinking about me right now. But this is just my punishment, isn't it? I'm getting punished for being so selfish. I think that's why the world decided to have you come over today. It just wants to torture me. That's not something you giggle about, everyone. That's not a giggle moment. Sayori. Grab Sayori by the shoulders. What on earth are you saying? Are you listening to yourself right now? I know something happened to you. There's no other explanation for you to be like this. So tell me already. Until I know, I won't be able to stop thinking about it. Sayori gives me an empty smile. You really put me in a trap, Chiron. But you're wrong. Nothing happened to me. I've always been like this. You're just seeing it for the first time. Seeing what? What are you talking about, Sayori? You're really just going to make me say it, aren't you, Chiron? I guess I have no choice this time. The thing is, I've had this really bad depression my whole life. Did you know that? Why do you think I'm late for school every day? Because most days, I can't even find a reason to get out of bed. What reason is there to do anything when I fully know how worthless I am? Why go to school? Why eat? Why make friends? Why make other people put their energy and caring to waste by having them spend it on me? That's what it feels like. And that's why I just want to make everyone happy, without anyone worrying about me. Yeah, so that got real quick. Yeah, that's how depression actually is, everyone. That's because people kind of talk about. Thank you for the first aid drop, Covis. Hopefully that will help. Yeah, that's how depression is. People talk about like getting depressed or whatever, which is just kind of a synonym for them for being sad. But that's not really how depression works. Depression's like a constant, all the time, and that's pretty much how it feels. So if you hear somebody talking about being depressed, they're probably not meaning what Sayori's talking about right here, which is actual depression. Anyway, let's continue. I'm in shock. I can't even figure out how to respond. How is it possible that Sayori kept this from me the entire time that I've known her? Did she really want so badly for me to just not think about her? Well, why Sayori? Huh? Why is it you've never told me about this? It almost feels like I've been betrayed as your close friend. Don't say that when someone confesses to you like that. Because if I knew, I would have done everything I could to support you. Even if there's only so much that I could do. I would have tried a little bit harder to make every day a little better for you. That's why I'm your friend. All you had to do is tell me. You don't understand at all, Chiron. Why do you think I didn't tell you? Because if I told you, then you would waste your effort caring about me instead of doing important things. I don't want to be cared about. It's bittersweet when people try to care about me. It feels nice sometimes, but it also feels like a bat being swung against my head. Ha 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 ha. That's her. I think her giggling's a defense mechanism. That's why I wanted so badly for you to make friends with everyone else. Helping everyone be happy together is the best thing for me. But then, I discovered something else too. Seeing you make friends and get closer with everyone in the club, it feels like a spear going through my heart. So that's why I decided the world just wants to torture me. Every path leads to nothing but hurt. You're right that I don't understand. I don't understand your feelings at all, Sayori. But I don't need to understand. Whatever it takes for me to help you stop hurting. That's what I'll do. No, Chiron. There's nothing. Nothing at all. The only thing that could have helped is if everything could be like it always was. But I was selfish. I finally showed you what a horrible person I am. Okay. Tears streaked down Sarah's face. I made you join the literature club because I was selfish. And I was punished by my heart hurting in a way that I couldn't understand. And now you came here and I made you hurt too. I'm just weak and selfish. That's all I am. And that's why I'm going to accept these punishments. Because I deserve every last one. Without thinking, I once again grab Sayori's shoulders. This time I pull her into a tight embrace. Ah, Chiron. Sorry. I don't care if you feel selfish. I'm really happy that you convinced me to join the club. Seeing you every day makes it worthwhile enough. If I make friends with everyone else, then that's just a bonus. But please never underestimate how much I care about you. I wouldn't have it any other way. Chiron. Sayori isn't hugging me back. Very bad sign, everyone. It's a very bad sign. Despite my arms being wrapped around her, Sayori's arms remain at her sides. She starts sobbing next to my ear. Actually, that's a thing I've noticed too. And my wife, I think I mentioned it before, my wife's been watching lots of Asian shows recently. Asian kind of teen drama shows kind of things. And they never, like the girl never hugs back. And half the time the girl doesn't kiss back either. Like the guy will kiss the girl, the guy will hug the girl, and she will not return the embrace at all. I'm not sure why. I don't know if they have weird rules about shows and stuff, but they don't do it a lot of times. It's very weird. No. Don't do this to me. Please don't do this. Chiron. Sorry, Mara barely manages to speak between her sobs. I don't know if I'm doing the right thing, but all I want is for her to know that I care. If you have it in you to call yourself selfish, then you have to let me be selfish too. No matter what it takes, I'll figure out what needs to change. I'll make these feelings go away, and if there's anything you needed me to do, then you'd better tell me. I'll get mad if you don't. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I don't think she knows, everyone. Gently, Sayori finally puts her arms around me in return. I don't know anything. It's all really scary. I don't understand any of my feelings, Chiron. The only time I'm not feeling nothing is when I'm feeling pain. But your hugs are so warm. And that's really scary too. Sayori lets me go. As she does so, I let go of her as well. The festival is tomorrow. Yeah. It's gonna be fun, right? Yeah. How would you like for me to spend it all with you? It's what I want. I promise. I think that would be nice then. Yeah. Sayori wipes her eyes. If I could spend an whole day here, I would. Fall days, this has to be the one where I have other plans. Maybe I should cancel. No, don't! Please don't. If you did that, then I really wouldn't forgive you. But it's almost time for Yuri to meet me at my house. At the very least, do you want to come along and help out? It would be fun. No, it would not be fun. That would be the least fun thing ever. To my surprise, Sayori shakes her head. I'm not sure why that's surprising at all. I'm gonna let you know a secret, guys. If you're trying to date somebody and there's somebody else that has unrequited love for you on the side, having them be together with you two is not fun. It is not a good idea. That is in fact the worst idea. Yeah. Anyway, I'm sorry. I don't know if that would be very good for me today. You understand, right? It's kind of hard for me to fully understand. I'm trying my hardest. It's okay. Don't worry too much about it. I'll see you tomorrow, okay? Alright. I look forward to it. Yeah. Yeah, I would say it's like being a third wheel, but being a third wheel is useful, so, I'm not sure. No, you never want to, no, being around somebody who's, you have unrequited feelings for while they are with the person they have actual feelings for is not a good time. That is a sure way to Depression Valley, and you don't want to be there. I say goodbye to Sayori and exit her house. On the way home, I find myself feeling uneasy. Still feeling uneasy. But it's hard for me to keep thinking about it when Yuri is about to come over too. Yep, I think Sayori's right. I shouldn't be worried too much, and we're definitely going to have a great time tomorrow. Yeah, she, it's hard to know what to do in that situation, I suppose, because trying to make her feel happy makes her feel bad because she feels guilty for imposing on you. I don't know what you do in that situation, actually. I should just focus on what's ahead of me. Yeah. So I approach my house, I see something that makes me feel a moment of panic. Yuri? Thank goodness. You're a little early. I'm sorry I wasn't home yet. Were you waiting a long time? No, I just got here. But I started to get really nervous when nobody answered the doorbell. You always could have texted me. If I had known, I would have reassured you and hurried more on my way home. There we go. Ah, I suppose that's true. I didn't think of that for some reason. It should be common sense to do that, but I decided to ignore it. Well, Yuri's not really used to this whole socializing thing. You can't hold it against her guy. Come on. Anyway, let's go inside. I see you brought a lot of stuff with you. That's right. And did you manage to find everything I asked you to buy as well? Yeah, pretty much. At least I hope I got everything right. I'm sure it will be fine. Yeah, it will be fine. Take Yuri to my room. Again, I must point out that apparently we do not have parents. The first thing she does is glance around curiously, which makes me feel anxious. Yeah, I know that feeling. That feeling is quite the thing. Oh my goodness. That's not the response I would have got about my room, to be fair. It's apologies. It's so clean. I cleaned it before you came over, so... That's very considerate of you to do. No. I would be really embarrassed for my room to be a mess while you were here. Well, I do enjoy cleaning. I would have gladly helped you clean. See, we should have... We had somebody who would have been a free cleaning service for us, and we wasted the opportunity. That'd be even more embarrassing. Wait, don't look in there. I snatched Yuri's wrist, which was in the process of opening a desk drawer of mine. Yeah, don't. You can't be poking around drawers, lady. That's a step too far. I'm sorry. I wasn't thinking for some reason. I was just spacing out. It's fine. I let go of Yuri's wrist. She puts both of her hands firmly in her lap, as if making sure she's keeping track of them. So... should we get started? Yes. Yes, Starbane, that's the ultimate. Just tell her, like, hey, okay, that's fine. I'll leave my room a disaster next time you come over so that you can clean. No problem. I have a few things planned that you can help with. Decorations and other atmospheric enhancements. Atmospheric enhancements? You know. Moonlighting, aromatherapy candles. Oh, wow. I didn't know you planned on taking it that far. Of course. She knows how to set the mood. I want to help take our guests to a faraway place. Although many will stop by just out of curiosity. And for cupcakes, I guess. I'm determined to provide an experience that will leave them wanting more. Well, that's great. It's easy to forget that you're a pretty intense person. Intense? I guess that's the best way to put it. Is that a bad thing? No, not at all. It's something that I like about you, actually. Is that so? That makes me feel relieved. And kind of happy. Yeah, no need to be anxious. You can relax a little bit. Relax. I brought some things for relaxation. Okay. I was going to use them during the poetry event. Oh yeah, like what? Let's see. Yeah, I heard introverts like cleaning stuff, so here's all my dirty dishes. You can clean those. Yuri rummages through her bag. She pulls out a few candles in a wooden cylinder-shaped object. I did some shopping on the way here, so I happen to have these in my bag. I plan to cover the windows in black paper and use the candles to light the room. I think that would be amazing, don't you? Yeah, that would be really neat. It would be really neat. What's that wooden thing, though? Oh, this? It's a diffuser for essential oils. How familiar are you with aromatherapy? I'm not familiar at all. I'm not in real life either, honestly. Oh, is that so? It's one of my favorite contributors to a positive atmosphere. Depending on the oils and herbs you choose, you can change the mood of the air itself. You can even feel it permeate through your body. Relaxation, positive energy, romance, reflection. It's almost like magic. She's really into this stuff, guys. Yuri takes the cylinder and pushes a switch on the bottom. In just a moment, a thin ray of vapor begins to spout through a small hole in the top. Wow, that smells wonderful. What kind of mood is that one for? Romance is what it's for. Romance. This is jasmine essential oil. It smells a little sweet and flowery, right? Yeah, that's a good way to describe it. Oh, Vampire No. Why would you say that, Vampire No? You thinking an incredibly intense woman like this it's not a good idea to have her know where you live? I don't know why you would say something like that. I chose jasmine for the event because it provides more than relaxation. Jasmine enhances your emotions and helps you feel them flow through your body. You feel warmer and your heart pounds more heavily. Don't you think that it will be perfect for sharing our poems? It does sound suitable. Yeah, it also sounds suitable for alone time as well. But you seem to know a lot about this, so I'll trust your opinion with anything. Yuri smiles gently, clearly enjoying herself. She again reaches into her bag and pulls out several spools of thin ribbon. Now, what are those for? Well, did you purchase the origami paper I asked you to get? Yeah, I have it over here. We won't be using the paper for folding origami. What I like to do is write a different word on each paper. We'll need about 100 of them. Oh yeah? What will those be used for? Excuse me. Well, I'm going to cut pieces of ribbon to hang from the doorway of the classroom. Then we can fasten the paper onto the ribbons to create a doorway curtain. Wouldn't that be beautiful? It would also catch the eye of those passing by the room. It may attract some to peek inside. Well, that's really creative. I had no idea you'd be so good at this, Yuri. Yeah, I thought you would suck. It's a good thing to say to a woman. Is that so? I suppose... Well, I suppose I do get a little intense, as you'd put it. Yuri giggles with red cheeks. Aw, she's embarrassed, everyone. We embarrassed her. Is it just me, or is she more relaxed when it's just the two of us? That is typically how introverts work as well, everyone. Or maybe it's the excitement she feels from sharing something that she enjoys. Here's a marker, Chiron. You can write any characters that you want. I'll help you once I finish cutting the ribbons. Alright. Sitting on the floor together, the two of us get to work. I have to say, the way that we've been playing the character and the way that she operates, I can't imagine what the words are going to be that they write. Oh man, it'd be some really disturbing stuff. I carefully draw a different character on each paper, doing my best to manage my bad handwriting. Yuri unravels a long red strand of red ribbon to her desired length. It's going to be funny. We're going to write like 20 of these down, and she's going to look at it and be like, yeah, this is awful. You have horrible penmanship. Then she reaches into her bag once more and pulls out a pocket knife. The knife is strangely beautiful. The silver handle has an intricate pattern of waves etched into it. The blade itself is gently tinted blue. That's no ordinary pocket knife. It looks really fancy. Well... Embarrassed, Yuri looks away. What is it? You're gonna think it's weird. Yuri, whatever it is, I have no reason to judge. To each their own, you know? If you promise you won't be weirded out. Yeah, I promise. Alright. The thing is, I'm kind of into knives. They're just so pretty. I can't help it. I don't know what it is. The combination of craftsmanship and feeling of danger, maybe. What am I saying? Please don't think I'm weird for this. Oh. No. You're laughing at me. No, I'm not laughing at you. It's just funny how nervous you got about sharing. It's an interesting thing to get into, I guess. I think it kind of suits you. Suits me? Yeah, it's kind of intense. Besides, it's a really cool looking knife. I can't deny that. It is, isn't it? Yuri relaxes her expression once again. Would you like to hold it? Sure, I'll check it out. This is some intimacy things here, guys. You don't just let anyone see your knife. Yuri carefully hands me the knife with the handle facing me. And that's the proper way to hand a knife to somebody as well, everyone. Hand them the handle, not the blade. I take it and turn it around in my hands. It feels heavy and extremely solid. Oh, I'm sorry, I skipped that. Where do you even get a knife like this? There, I read it. Curious of its sharpness, I feel the point of the knife with my index finger. Ow! Chiron, why did you do that? Oh, I didn't expect it to be that sharp. I barely touched it at all. It's my fault. I should have warned you. This knife is extremely sharp. It can cut through skin like it's paper. Oh no. Yeah, it's you should be concerned about how she knows that, by the way. A small drop of blood trickles down the side of my finger. Yuri takes my hand and gives the wound a closer look. She stares at it and noticeably fidgets. If you're screaming, I shall go wash it off now. Without warning, Yuri puts my finger in my mouth and licks the wound. I feel her tongue curl around my finger. Startled, I instinctively pull my hand back. Oh, please forgive me. I wasn't thinking. Yeah, that's some honest to God goth stuff right there, everyone. Yuri lowers her head, her face burning up. Yeah, yeah. Anyone who's into the whole sexiness of vampires and vampire roleplay kind of stuff, that's not unusual. You have to be really, really careful about exchanging blood with people, though. Don't do that casually, everyone. Yuri? That's the most embarrassing thing I've ever done. How could I do something like that? I'm sorry. Sure was a little weird, and it took me by surprise. But I guess you're just trying to help, right? Yuri, I think you're overreacting a little. She doesn't lift her head. Well, if she doesn't recover from this for the rest of the afternoon. Alright, you know what? This might be a stupid thing to do, but I do it anyway. I take Yuri's hand and lick her index finger in return. Well, see, she's not bleeding, though. You have to cut her first. Chiron, did you really just do that? No, now or even. Yuri looks at me Yuri just looks at me like I did something wrong. Ha ha ha. I knew that would be a bad idea. If not for the sweet aroma of the jasmine oil, the air would be extremely heavy right now. You're so weird, Chiron. Yuri giggles shyly. Thank you for that. I appreciate it. Eh? Yuri calling me weird? I have no response to that. Where do you keep your bandages? I don't think I need one, actually. It was a tiny cut. Look, it's already stopped bleeding. I see. That's relieving. The tension is quickly lifted. Whew. Just gotta make things super awkward. That's the key. If things get awkward, just make them so much more insanely awkward that it comes full circle. That's how you do it. We each resume our respective activities. I watch Yuri's knife cut through the ribbon like it's nothing but air. Meanwhile, I continue to make progress on the paper. After we finish attaching the paper to the ribbons, we lay them all out side by side. It looks better than I expected, and will be very effective as a door curtain. It looks great. Good thing you're coming up with this, Yuri. Thanks. It's just something I saw online, really. Are you ready to move on to the next task? Yeah, let's do it. What do you have in mind? I'd like to create a banner. That's why I asked you to buy the paint tablets. Ah, that's right. I'm not sure what a paint tablet is. That just like the thing that you hold that has splotches of paint on it that you can dip into? I guess that's what paint tablets are. I don't know. One of the items Yuri asked me to buy was a kit of watercolor paint tablets. Oh, no, that's what they are. It's you dissolve it in water and it makes the color. Okay, yeah, I got it. I'm good. I'm not much into the arts and crafts, guys. We'll need about 6 cups of water to put each of the tablets in. Do you mind fetching those for us? Of course not. 6 cups of water. I'll be back in a minute. Thank you very much. Oh, and just a little bit of water is okay. If you fill the cups too much, it will be too diluted. We're going to come back and things are going to be very, very interesting. She's going to do some stuff while we're gone. Taking Yuri's advice, I decided to use small plastic bathroom cups rather than full-size glasses. I put them on a plate to catch any paint that drips and bring them back into my room. Yuri? Yes? Coming to see Yuri quickly unrolling her sleeve, pulling it back over her arm. Nothing. Your face is a little red. Is it too hot in here or anything? No, not at all. There's nothing wrong, so let's mix the paint. That wasn't weird at all, guys. It's perfectly fine. Everything is fine here. Yuri hurriedly dismisses me and takes it upon herself to unwrap the tablets, dropping them into the cups. So, I thought we would do something simple that would look very nice. I like to paint a gradient across the banner, starting with the colors for a sunrise, then daytime, then sunset and nighttime. Once it dries, I'll write an inspirational quote across the banner. Sounds to me like we're about to do a bunch of painting and have to wait for several hours. And I wonder what we're going to do while we wait for the paint to dry. We can hang it on the wall behind the podium at the front of the classroom. Ah, neat. What are you going to write? Well, it will be more fun to surprise you. Yuri smiles at me. Aw, if you say so. After rolling out the banner, Yuri and I kneel on opposite sides so we don't get in the way of each other. Yuri uses a brush and adds a few dots of different colors across the banner to serve as color guide for when we paint. She's very, she seems to know what she's doing here. This kind of reminds me of elementary school. Painting on the banner with watercolors feels a lot like the art class projects we had back then. It's relaxing. Yeah, the problem I always had with water paints was, if you get the wrong kind of paper and you paint on it, like it ends up wrinkling and crinkling up because the water soaking into it. I could never get that to work properly. I'm sorry if this feels too childish. No, I didn't mean that at all. It's kind of fun, you know? Yeah. It is fun. I'm glad you feel that way too. Yuri stops painting for a moment, thinking to herself. For me, I don't need to go out and do crazy things to have fun. In fact, I usually don't even want to. I just like it when I can spend time with one other person. Even if it's something simple like reading, it doesn't matter if we don't talk much. Just having a friend next to me makes things feel a bit nicer. I think that's all it takes for me to be happy. Is that so? Even if Yuri and I are quite different, I can understand where she's coming from. I feel that way about things like anime and games, where simply sharing the experience with someone can make me happy. I think I feel the same way. Yuri smiles gently. Yeah, me and my wife will do that too. A lot of times we're in the same room, and we're not doing the same thing, but it's just being able to be near another person while you're doing your thing and they're doing their thing. I'm not sure how to explain it really, if you don't know what I'm talking about. Yeah, I guess it's just being together doing your own thing rather than being alone doing your own thing. It's different. It's got a different feel to it. Anyway, yeah. Yeah, being alone together. There you go. That's a good phrase for it. I've had people say, talk about that sometimes in relationships. They kind of act like, if you're in a relationship with somebody and you're not constantly, like, always doing things together, like the same thing together all the time, that, like, the relationship is not good. But that's not how relationships actually work. I promise you that for outside very, very few circumstances, if you try to date somebody where all of your interests are all the same, it's going to get really... you'll get sick of that person eventually, I would imagine. I'm sure there's exceptions, of course, but... I can't be... I'm too introverted to be around anyone too often. Anyway, yeah, that's my little thing. I'm an introvert, though. I'm sure for extroverts it's different. Anyway, yeah, let's go. Let's continue. I knew you'd understand. Yuri leans over the banner to grab an unused paintbrush. But I move at the same time, causing my head to bump into hers. Oh, comedy of errors. Kya. No, I didn't win $1 million. My daughter is coming back home. She was sick for a couple of days, so she was staying elsewhere while she was sick and not going to school. Anywho, we shall continue. We bumped heads against each other. That's what happened. So sorry. Yuri reels back, and I quickly lift my hand in surprise. Are you hurt? No, I'm not hurt. Just startled me, that's all. Sorry, I should have asked you to get it for me. It's not your fault. Ah, your face. There are droplets of paint on Yuri's face and neck. Is there something on my face? Yeah, I accidentally got paint on you. Sorry, it's totally my fault. You should clean it off of her. I'll get a towel right away. I rush out and fetch a small towel, and I dampen it with hot water. I return to my room and kneel back and down in front of her. Yep, that's yep. Here. So, how'd you guys like being left with that? As close to lewd as this game gets in its imagery. I pat down Yuri's face and neck with the towel. Is something wrong? It's hot. I just didn't expect that. Oh, sorry. I didn't want to use cold water. Having finished, I start to retract my hand, but Yuri suddenly holds my wrist. Wait. Huh? Just for a little longer. It feels really nice. Ah. I keep my hand still against Yuri's neck. She looks into my eyes. It's an intense expression I recognize from when she reads her books. She likes us as much as books, guys. That's a huge compliment. Almost as if she's lost in the daze. enveloped by her own thoughts. She breathes gently through slightly parted lips. What is happening? Is it the aroma of the jasmine oil giving me this dizzy feeling? Yuri's gentle fingers wrapped around my wrist send a tingling sensation through my arm. And suddenly, her face seems to be much closer to mine than it was just a moment ago. Yuri slowly pulls away. Sorry, I've been feeling a little lightheaded today. I didn't mean to space out. It's fine. It is actually more than fine. The moment is over as soon as it began. Yuri picks up her brush again, but her movements seem clumsier, like she's unable to focus. I remain silent, forced to ignore the event that just transpired. I hesitantly retrieve my own brush and continue following Yuri's example. That should do it. I finish filling the night sky with white dots that look like stars. Looking at the banner as a whole, it's pretty neat. It's very pretty and natural looking. I think it came out better than I expected. I'm really happy with the results. Yeah, me too. Are you going to add the lettering now? Not yet. I needs to dry first. Well, that's true, but won't that take a while? Well, perhaps it would be best to leave it here, then have you bring it in the morning. I can do the lettering in the classroom before our event starts. Is that okay? That is totally fine. In fact, you can just stay here if you want. That would be great too. Wonderful. In that case, I don't think there's anything more for us to do here. Woo! Don't be too excited about her leaving, dude. You said that like you're glad it's over. Was I wrong to assume that you were at least enjoying yourself a little bit? Oh, no, it's not that. I'm just glad that we managed to get everything done. I see. I am too. I was a little concerned about time. I need to start making dinner soon. Ah, so you don't have any time left? I was secretly hoping we could have extra time after finishing work. Well... Yuri thinks to herself. I think it would be too irresponsible for me to wait much longer. I'm sorry. I was hoping there would be more time as well. Well, it's probably my fault. Sorry for being such a slow worker. Yep, that's good. Smooth move. Good move. Good move. Put the responsibility on yourself. No, it's not your fault at all. And the important thing is that we got everything done, right? Yeah. So... I shouldn't be disappointed or anything. Gathering all her things, Yuri seems to look a little downcast. I understand why. It sounds like she really gets the opportunity to spend time with friends in a relaxed environment. But that doesn't mean this is the last time it can happen. That is true. There's always tomorrow. Maybe. That's maybe too much of an assumption that there will be tomorrow. Once Yuri packs up, I walk her out the front door. Thank you so much. Thank you very much for having me today. No problem. I'm glad I was able to help. Just let me know if there's anything else you need me to bring tomorrow. I will. Well then. Yuri fidgets. I guess I'll see you tomorrow. Wait. I kind of say that without thinking. About the day. It's fine we didn't have as much time as we wanted. Guess we can do this again. Whenever you want, you can come over, or we can go out somewhere. I forgot that you don't like going out much. To stumble over my words, Yuri simply smiles bashfully. Aw, we've embarrassed her yet again, everyone. Anyway, you know what I'm trying to say, so... You're very thoughtful, Chiron. Yuri takes a step closer to me, then briefly squeezes my hand. Whoa! She teleported. Holy crap. I kind of like that about you. Well, how am I supposed to respond to that? But only when I get the chance to, Yuri suddenly pulls back. Sayori? Eh? Ah! Hi, Chiron. She was spying on us. Sayori? Just now we weren't... It's okay, Chiron. I just stepped by to say hi. Well, it's nice to see you. I'm sorry, but I'm already on my way to leave. Oh, really? That's too bad. I'm sorry. But we'll all be together at the festival tomorrow, so that's fine, right? Of course. Sorry beams. Yeah, so I'll see you tomorrow. Clearly embarrassed, Yuri hurries off. Ah, the moment was destroyed, everyone. Sayori waves goodbye after her. Sayori, I thought you didn't want to come over today. Well, I tried staying in my room, but my imagination was being really mean to me, so I had to come here and see it for myself. Oh, this is going to go horribly, everyone. See what? What are you talking about? You know, how much fun you were having with Yuri, and how close you got to her. It makes me really happy that you've made such good friends. She got a little tear in her eyes, everyone. I don't think she's being truthful. It's all that matters to me. Tears start to fall down Sayori's face. That's all that matters to me. Why? Why am I feeling this way, Chiron? I'm supposed to be happy for you. Why does it feel like my heart is splitting in half? It hurts so much. Everything hurts so much. This would be so much better if I could just disappear. Sorry, don't say that. It's true, Chiron. If I wasn't here, then you wouldn't have to waste your sympathy on me. You wouldn't have to put up with me being selfish. Monica was right. I should just... Monica? Monica was right about what? Uh-huh. So what has Monica been telling her behind the scenes? Sayori, what I said before is true. I'm not going to let this continue. Caring about you like this isn't the burden that your mind is making it out to be. It's something that makes me happy. It's something that I wouldn't trade for anything else. So even if it takes an entire lifetime, I'm going to be by your side until you don't feel any more pain. Yes, the skullduggery is afoot. You are correct. There are shenanigans behind the scenes, everyone. But... Sayori looks away. I put a hand on her shoulder to reassure her. I'm scared, Chiron. I'm really scared. What are you scared of, Sayori? I'm scared that I might like you more than you like me. Sayori? It's true, isn't it? I was weak and started to like you too much. I did this to myself. Chiron, I like you so much that I want to die. That's how I feel. And... That's enough, Sayori. I don't want you to hurt anymore. I slide my hand down Sayori's arm and squeeze her hand in my own. Do you remember how I said I always know what's best for you? Do you still believe me? Wordlessly, Sayori nods. Even if you don't understand all of your own feelings, I know that you need what you need the most right now, and that's what I'm going to give you. Oh, so in full disclosure, it doesn't really matter which one you pick here. But I think given the way the story's been going, telling her that I love you is disingenuous and not being truthful. So we'll go with dearest friend. She'll be our dearest friend. You'll always be my dearest friend. What you need most is for things to be like they've always been. Monica told me the truth. She told me how much happier you seemed after I joined the club. I know you're struggling with some really difficult feelings right now, but please trust me that I know what's best and what will make you happy in the end. I promise I'll help get things back to the way they were. I see. Sayori forces a smile through an incredibly pained expression. Is this what it feels like to be stabbed in the chest? I sure had a poem about this. I don't know about all that, Covis. She doesn't seem like that kind of girl. Sayori. It's okay. This is just my punishment, remember? for being so selfish. So please don't worry about these stupid feelings. I know you're right. I knew this whole time there's no happiness down that path. That's why I came here, just so I could get the answer I needed to hear. And the other thing, you're also right that I just wanted to go back to the way it was. I realize that now. You really do know me better than anyone, Chiron. I'll trust you with anything. Anything at all. So... Sori's smile finally breaks. All of a sudden, she turns around and drops to her knees. I can't scream like that, guys. I'm sorry. There, that's the best I can do. I'm sorry. Clutching her head with both hands, she screams as loudly as she can. I'm so shocked that I don't know how to react. Sori looks over her shoulder, flashes me one more weak smile before turning around and running off. Sori! I'm left helplessly standing in front of my house. Why am I feeling so horrible about this? There's nothing more I could have done. The most I can do is support Sori through her feelings and help her on the path that's right. But I'm having as much trouble understanding Sori's feelings as she is, even though I can comfort her. I keep wondering if I should be doing something more or something different. I know these thoughts will continue to plague me until things are back to the way they were. I'm going to give it everything I've got. Sori will always be my dearest friend. I'll do whatever it takes to put a smile on her face every day. Yeah, Starbane. The secret to this is there's nothing that can make her happy. She's in a deep, deep well of depression. So there is not a being happy in there's not a being happy going on here. Yeah, anyway. It's the day of the festival. Of all days, I expected this to be the one where I'd be walking to school with Sori. But Sori isn't answering her phone. I considered going to her house to wake her up, but decided that's a little too much. Meanwhile, the preparations for the event should be nearly complete. The banner Yuri and I painted is dry, and I gently roll it up to take with me. She sent me a pleasant text reminding me not to forget anything, and I reassured her. Funnily enough, I probably feel the same way as Natsuki about the event. I'm more excited for it to be over than so I can spend time with Sayori and Yuri at the festival. Yeah, but no way, Monica. I'm sure the event will be great too. Yeah, it'll be awesome. Chiron, you're the first one here. Thanks for being so early. That's funny. I thought at least Yuri would be here by now. Monica is placing little booklets on each of the desks in the classroom. They must be the ones she prepared that have all of the poems we're performing. In the end, I found a random poem online I thought Monica would like and submitted it. So that's the one I'll be performing. I'm glad to see we're dedicated to this. I'm surprised you didn't bring Sayori with you. Yeah, she overslept again. That dummy. You'd think that on days this important she'd try a little harder. I say that, but I suddenly remember what Sayori told me yesterday. And I suddenly feel awful knowing it's not nearly that simple for her. I only say it because it's the way I'm used to thinking. Yeah. We're used to thinking our best friend's a dummy. But maybe I should have gone to wake her up after all. Ha ha ha. You should take a little responsibility for her, Chiron. I mean, I can't see I lost her. I lost her voice. I mean, especially after your exchange with her yesterday. You kind of left her hanging this morning, you know? Exchange? Monica, you know about that? Of course I do. I'm the club president, after all. But, I stammer, embarrassed. Did Sori really tell her about that quickly? About how I basically turned down her confession? That makes me really seem like the bad guy here. But I'm the one who knows what's best for her, right? Jeez. You don't know the full story at all, so don't worry. I probably know more than you think. Huh? Malika's being as friendly as usual, but for some reason, I felt a chill down my spine after hearing that. Hey, do you want to check out the pamphlets? They came out really nice. Yeah, sure. I grabbed one of the pamphlets laid on the desks. Oh yeah, they really did. Something like this will definitely help people take the club more seriously. Yeah, I thought so too. I flipped through the pages. Each member's poem is neatly printed on its own page, giving it an almost professional feel. I recognized Natsuki's and Yuri's poems from the ones they performed during our practice. What's this? I flipped to Sayori's poem. It's different from the one she practiced. It's one I haven't read before. Percent. Get out of my head, 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 get out of my head. Okay. Here we go. Get out of my head before I do what I know is best for you. Get out of my head before I listen to everything she said to me. Get out of my head before I show you how much I love you. Get out of my head before I finish writing this poem. But the poem is never actually finished. It just stops moving. Whew. I'm sure it's fine. It's fine, everyone. Don't worry about this. This is not a cry for help at all. Yeah. What is this? Reading the poem, I get a pit in my stomach. Chiron. What's wrong? Nothing. This poem feels completely different from everything else Sayori has written. But more than that, I changed my mind. I'm gonna go get Sayori, so... Well, alright. Try not to take too long, okay? I quickly leave the classroom. Don't strain yourself. Malika calls that out after me. I quicken my pace. What was I thinking? I should have tried a little bit harder for Sayori. It's not a big deal to at least wait for her or help her wake up. Even the simple gesture of walking her to school really makes her really happy. Besides, I told her yesterday that things will be the same as they always have been. That's all she needs, and that's all I want to give her. I reach Sayori's house and knock on the door. I don't expect an answer since she's not picking up her phone either. Like yesterday, I open the door and let myself in. Sayori? So everyone, before we proceed onwards, I have to make sure. I hope you're all ready. Have you mentally prepared yourselves? Are we good? I mean, this game did say it had disturbing imagery not for children or those with weak hearts, right? So are we ready? Yes, she is preparing a surprise party, just for us. Let's go on. Sorry. She really is a heavy sleeper. I swallow. I can't believe I end up doing this after all. Waking her up in her own house? Isn't that more like something that boyfriend would do? In any case, it just feels right. Outside Sayori's room, I knock on her door. Sayori? Wake up, dummy. Calling her dummy again. That's very sensitive. There's no response. I really didn't want to have to enter her room like this. Isn't this kind of a breach of privacy? But she really leaves me no choice. I gently open the door. Prepare yourselves. Yep. We have a file error, everyone. What the hell? What the hell? Is this a nightmare? It has to be. This isn't real. There's no way this can be real. Shiori wouldn't do this. Everything was normal up until a few days ago. That's why I can't believe what my eyes are showing me. I suppressed the urge to vomit. Just yesterday, I told Shiori I would be there for her. I told her I know what's best and that everything will be okay. Then why? Why would she do this? How could I be so helpless? What did I do wrong? Turning down her confession? That has to have been what pushed her over the edge. Her agonized scream still echoes in my ears. Why did I do that to her when she needed me the most? Why was I so selfish? This is my fault. My swarming thoughts keep telling me everything I could have done to prevent this. If I just spent more time with her, walked to her to school, and gave her what I know she wanted out of our relationship, then I could have prevented this. I know I could have prevented this. Screw the literature club. Screw the festival. I just lost my best friend. Someone I grew up with. She's gone forever now. Nothing I do can bring her back. This isn't some game where I can reset and try something different. I only had one chance and I wasn't careful enough. And now I'll carry this guilt with me until I die. Nothing in my life is worth more than hers. But I still couldn't do what she needed from me. And now, I can never take it back. Never. 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 End. Game done. We're finished now, everyone. No more Sayori. Her sprites have been replaced with everyone else's sprites. Hello, Dankastever. Thank you for joining us. Yeah, no, it's fine, everyone. Something else. We can look up here. So they said there was a file that got made, right? I forget which one of these it is. I think it's this one. So let's check something else out real quick here. Let's look here. Happy thoughts.png. Yeah, it looks happy. Oh, look, here's the characters folder. We appear to be missing somebody from our characters folder. Weird. Anyway, let's load our game back up, everyone. And all our saves are gone. Because it's a new game, right? I seen an annoying girl running toward me from the distance, waving her arms in the air like she's totally oblivious to any attention she might draw to herself. This girl is my neighbor and good friend since we were children. You know, the kind of friend you'd never see yourself making today, but it just kind of works out because you've known each other for so long. We used to walk to the school together on days like this, but starting around high school, she would oversleep more and more frequently, and I would get tired of waiting up. But if she's going to chase after me like this, I almost feel better off running away. However, I just sigh and idle up in front of the crosswalk and let catch up to me. Okay. Yep, things are going well. This is fine. It's an ordinary school day like any other. Mornings are usually the worst, being surrounded by couples and friend groups walking to school together. Meanwhile, I've always walked to school alone. I'd never had a friend I walked to school with. I always tell myself it's about time I meet some girls or something like that. But I have no motivation to join any clubs. I'm perfectly content just getting by on average while spending my free time on games and anime. Thank you for following Thank you, Stever. Things are getting weird. There's always the anime club, but it's not like there would be any girls in it anyway. Yeah, girls in the anime club, that's surely you jest, sir. The school day is as ordinary as ever, and it's over before I know it. After I pack up my things, I stare blankly at the wall, looking for an ounce of motivation. Clubs. There really aren't any that interest me. Besides, most of them would probably be way too demanding for me to want to deal with. I guess I have no choice but to start with the anime club. I can't remember who this is. I think it's Monica. I think. Chiron. Oh yeah, see? It's Monica. It took her a second to materialize, but she's there. Monica? Oh my goodness. I totally didn't expect to see you here. It's been a while, right? Yeah, it has. Monica smiles sweetly. We do know each other. Well, we rarely talked, but we were in the same class last year. Monica was probably the most popular girl in class. Smart, beautiful, athletic. Basically completely out of my league. So having her smile at me so genuinely feels a little... made my, yeah, anyway. What'd you come in here for, anyway? Oh, I've just been looking for some supplies to use for my club. Do you know if there's any construction paper in here? Or markers? I guess you could check the closet. You're in the debate club, right? About that. I actually quit the debate club. Really, you quit? Yeah. To be honest, I can't stand all of the politics around the major clubs. It feels like nothing but arguing about the budget and publicity and how to prepare for events. I believe we've heard this from her before. I'd much rather take something I personally enjoy and make something special out of it. In that case, what club did you decide to join? Actually, I'm starting a new one. A literature club. Literature? That sounds kind of dull. How many members do you have so far? Ha ha ha. It's kind of embarrassing, but there are only 3 of us so far. It's really hard to find new members for something that sounds so boring. Yeah, I can see that. But it's not really boring at all, you know? Literature can be anything. Reading, writing, poetry. I mean, one of my members even keeps her manga collection in the club room. Wait, really? Yeah, it's funny, right? She always insists that manga is literature too. I mean, she's not wrong, I guess. And besides, a member's a member, right? Did Monica say she? Huh. Hey, Chiron. By any chance, are you looking for a club to join? I mean, I guess so, but in that case, is there any chance you could do me a big favor? I won't ask you to join, but if you could at the very least visit my club, it would make me really happy. Please? Well, I guess I have no reason to refuse. It's a possibility, Starbane. Besides, how could I ever refuse someone like Monica? Sure, I guess I could check it out. Ah, awesome. You're really sweet, Chiron. You know that? It's nothing really. Shall we go, then? I'll look for materials another time. You're more important. More important, guys. Good way to start. And thus the day marks the day I sold my soul to Monica and her irresistible smile. Yep, she's like the devil. I timidly follow Monica across the school and upstairs, a section of the school I rarely visit, being generally used for third-year classes and activities. Monica, full of energy, swings open the classroom door. I am back, and I brought a guest with me. Huh? A guest? Seriously? You brought a boy? Way to kill the atmosphere. Don't be mean, Natsuki. But anyway, welcome to the club, Chiron. All words escape me in this situation. This club is full of incredibly cute girls. It is. So let me guess. You're Monika's boyfriend, right? Huh? No, I'm not. Natsuki. The girl with the sour attitude, whose name is apparently Natsuki, is one I don't recognize. Her small fingers make me think she's probably a first year. Yeah. Anyway, this is Natsuki, energetic as usual. And this is Yuri, the vice president. It's nice to meet you. Yuri, who appears comparably more mature and timid, seems to have a hard time keeping up with someone like Natsuki. Well, it's nice to meet you both. So I ran into Chiron in a classroom, and he decided to come check out the club because he heard it's full of women. Isn't that great? Wait, Monika, didn't I tell you to let me know in advance before you brought anyone new? I was going to, well, you know. Yep, no cupcakes this time, everyone. We don't get our cupcakes this time. Sorry. I didn't forget that, but I just happened to run into him. In that case, I should at least make some tea, right? Yeah, that would be great. Why don't you come sit down, Chiron? The girls have a few desks arranged to form a table. Yuri walks to the corner of the room and opens the closet. Yeah, no cupcakes this time, sorry, Bane. Our main draw for being here the last time is not here this time around, unfortunately. Meanwhile, Monika and Natsuki sit across from each other. It's still feeling awkward. I take a seat next to Monika. So, I know you didn't really plan on coming here, but we'll make sure you feel right at home, okay? As president of the Literature Club, it's my duty to make the club fun and exciting for everyone. I'm surprised there aren't more people in the club yet. It must be hard to start a new club. You could put it that way. Not many people are very excited or interested in putting out all the effort to start something brand new. Especially when it's something that doesn't grab your attention, like literature. You have to work hard to convince people that you're both fun and worthwhile, but it makes school events like the festival that much more important. I'm confident that we can all really grow this club before we graduate. We're kind of trending in the wrong direction if we're trying to do that. Right, Natsuki? Well, I guess. Natsuki reluctantly agrees. Such different girls, all interested in the same goal. Monika must have worked really hard just to find these two. Yuri returns to the table carrying a tea set. She carefully places a teacup in front of each of us before sitting down a teapot in the middle. You keep a whole tea set in this classroom? Don't worry, the teachers gave us permission. After all, doesn't a hot cup of tea help you enjoy a good book? I guess. I don't really read. Sorry, guys. Thanks. Sorry. I apologize. The button on my mic didn't work like it was supposed to. I apologize. I muttered to myself, half quietly, half joking. Natsuki's head suddenly perks up. It looks like she wants to say something, but she keeps quiet. Not much of a reader, I guess. I mean, well, that can change. What am I saying? I spoke without thinking after seeing Yuri's sad smile. Anyway, what about you, Yuri? Well, let's see. Yuri traces the rim of her teacup with her finger. My favorites are usually novels that build deep and complex fantasy worlds. The level of creativity and craftsmanship behind them is amazing to me. And telling a good story in such a foreign world is equally impressive. Yuri goes on, clearly passionate about her reading. She seems so reserved and timid since the moment I walked in, but it's obvious by the way her eyes light up that she finds her comfort in the world of books, not people. But you know, I like a lot of things. Stories with deep psychological elements usually immerse me as well. Isn't it amazing how a writer can so deliberately take advantage of your own lack of imagination to completely throw you for a loop? Anyway, I've been reading a lot of horror lately. I read a horror book once. Yeah, isn't it weird when a game screws with you psychologically? Or a story, rather? I desperately grasp something I can relate to at a minimal level. At this rate, Yuri might as well be having a conversation with a rock. Ha ha ha. I'd expect that from you, Yuri. It suits your personality. Oh, is that so? Really? Really, if a story makes me think, or takes me to another world, then I really can't put it down. Surreal horror is often very successful at changing the way you look at the world, if only for a brief moment. Ah, I hate horror. Oh, why is that? Well, Natsuki's eyes dart over to me for a split second. Never mind. That's right. You usually like to write about cute things, don't you, Natsuki? What? What gives you that idea? You left a piece of scrap paper behind the class club meeting. It looked like you were working on a poem called... Don't say it out loud! Get it back! Fine. Natsuki, you write your own poems? I guess sometimes. Why do you care? I think that's impressive. Why don't you share them sometime? No. Natsuki averts her eyes. Aw, she's embarrassed. You wouldn't like them. Not a very confident writer yet. I understand how Natsuki feels. Sharing that level of writing takes more than just confidence. The truest form of writing is writing to oneself. You must be willing to open up to your readers, exposing your vulnerabilities and showing even the deepest reaches of your heart. Do you have a writing experience too, Yuri? Maybe if you share some of your work, you can set an example and help Natsuki feel comfortable enough to share hers. Well, I guess that's the same for Yuri. We all sit in silence for a moment. Hey, I just got an idea. How about this? We began with them both speaking at the same time. Natsuki and Yuri look quizzically at Monika. Let's all go home and write a poem of our own. And then, next time we meet, we'll all share them with each other. That way, everyone is even. I mean, I thought it was a good idea. Well, I think you're right, Monika. We should probably start finding activities for all of us to participate in together. I did decide to take on the responsibility of vice president after all. I need to do my best to nurture the club as well as its members. Besides, now that we have a new member, it seems like a good step for us to take. Do you agree as well, Chiron? Hold on, there's still one problem. What is that? Now that we've reached the most important topic, I've only come forth with what's been on my mind the entire time. I never said I would join this club. Monika may have convinced me to stop by, but I never made any decision. I still have other clubs to look at, and I lose my train of thought. Yeah, we're going to try and weasel it out of it this time as well, everyone. It's not going to work this time either. Look at these faces. Could you say no to these faces? All three girls stare back at me with dejected eyes. But I'm sorry, I thought... Huh. The girls exchange glances before Monica turns back to me. I guess I need to tell you the truth, Chiron. The thing is, we don't have enough members yet to form an official club. We need 4. You're a monster, Starbrain. A monster. And I've been trying really, really hard to find new members. And if we don't find one before a festival, I'm defenseless against these girls. How am I supposed to make a clear-headed decision when it's like this? I would feel terrible for laying everyone down in this situation. And besides, the club itself seems pretty relaxed. So if writing poems is the price I need to pay in order to spend every day with these beautiful girls. Right. Okay, I've decided then. I'll join the literature club. And they're all happy. One by one, the girls' eyes light up. Oh, goodness, really? Do you really mean that, Chiron? Yeah. You're fun, right? You really did scare me for a moment. I mean, if you really just left after all this, I would be super pissed. Oh, Natsuki. You're delightful. Chiron, I'm so happy. We can become an official club now. Thank you so much for this. You're really amazing. I'll do everything I can to give you a great time, okay? Thanks, I guess. Okay, everyone. I think with that, we can officially end today's meeting on a good note. Everyone remember tonight's assignment. Write a poem to bring to the next meeting so we can all share. Hello, Wolfer. Welcome. I forget, Wolfer, do you know... Are you one of the people who've seen this game before? I forget. Monica looks over at me once more. Chiron, I look forward to seeing how you express yourself. Hehehe. Yeah. I really impressed the class star Monica with my mediocre writing skills. I already feel the anxiety welling up inside of me. Meanwhile, the girls continue to chit-chat as Yuri cleans up the tea set. I guess I'll be on my way then. Okay. I'll see you tomorrow then. I can't wait. Yeah, we are post restart after Sayori's suicide. With that, I depart the club room to make my way home. The whole way, my mind wanders back and forth between the 3 girls. Natsuki, Yuri, and of course Monica. Will I really be happy spending every day after school in a literature club? Perhaps I'll have the chance to grow closer to one of these girls. It's possible. I just need to make the most of my circumstances, and I'll be sure. And I'm sure good fortune will find me. And I guess that starts with writing a poem tonight. She did not, Woofer. She did not. She neglected to do that. I haven't liked a special poem, everyone. You want to read it? Yeah. We want to read a special poem, right? Okay. Nothing is real. Question mark? There's actually a version of this around where some people have really vastly jacked the contrast up, and you can read the entire poem. The bars blocking out the text is not completely blocking it, actually. If you edit the image enough, you can read it. It's a really super happy poem. Okay, then we have 2 girls now. There's no Monica, and our save file's gone again. Fun. suicide's now Yuri's instead of Sayori's. Anyway, let's do Yuri. Let's keep doing Yuri. It's fine. Actually, we'll just click whatever. It'll be fine. Don't worry. Yeah, we've kind of some of the things that should be Sayori's are flipping over to Yuri. Yeah, I think swimsuit was one of Sayori's. Forgive? Aw. Eternity? Extraordinary. Doki Doki. Yeah, we kind of failed on doing Yuri this time. Hi again, Chiron. Glad to see you didn't run away from us. I think it's at random, Woofer. I don't think there's a consistent way to make it happen. It just happens on occasion, I think. As Woofer is saying here in chat, there is a little Monica just off screen, and on occasion you can see her hop around. But we didn't happen to pick any of the words that was for her this time around. No, don't worry. This might be a little strange for me, but I at least keep my word. Well, I'm back at the literature club. I was the last to come in, so everyone else is already hanging out. Thanks for keeping your promise, Chiron. Oh, I should be reading that, sorry, right? Thanks for keeping your promise, Chiron. I hope this isn't too overwhelming of a commitment for you, making you dive headfirst into literature when you're not accustomed to it. Okay, guys, things are getting more and more broken. Oh, come on! Like he deserves any slack. You already had to be dragged here by Monica. I don't know if you plan to just come here and hang out or what. Well, if you don't take us seriously, then you won't see the end of it. And Monica is in front of the text. I believe it says, Natsuki, you certainly have a big mouth for someone who keeps a manga collection in the club room. Natsuki finds herself stuck between saying Monica and manga. Manga is literature! Swiftly defeated, Natsuki plops back down into her seat. I'm sorry, Chiron. We'll make sure to put on your comfort first, okay? Yuri shoots Natsuki with a disappointed glance. Anyway, now that you're in the club and all, perhaps you might be interested in picking up a book to read. Well, can't really say no either way. Like you said, I'm in this club now, so it only feels right for me to do something like that if you ask. Well, wait, I didn't mean it like that. If you don't really want to, then forget I said anything, I guess. No, it's not like that, Yuri. I just want to try to be part of this club. So even if I don't read often, I'd be happy to pick up a book if you wanted me to. Are you sure? I just feel like, well, as vice president and all, that I should help you get started on something you might like. Yuri reaches into her bag and pulls out a book. I didn't want you to feel left out. Hey guys, does the world feel a little crooked to any of you? I didn't want you to feel left out, so I picked out a book that I thought you might enjoy. It's a short read, so it should keep your attention even if you don't usually read. And we could, discuss it if you wanted. How is this girl accidentally being so cute? She even picked out a book that she thinks I'll like, despite me not reading much. Yuri, thank you. I'll definitely read this. I enthusiastically take the book. Whew. Well, you can read at your own pace. I look forward to hearing what you think. Oh, it's fine, everyone. We're cool. Everything's fine. The building's not sliding off its foundation. We're good. No, Woofer, I'm not. I'm not doing okay. But we're powering through it. Now that everyone's settled in, I expect Monica to kick off some scheduled activities for the club. But that doesn't seem to be the case. Yuri's face is already buried in the book. I can't help but notice her intense expression, like she was waiting for this chance. Meanwhile, Natsuki is rummaging around in the closet for her manga. I'm really curious to talk to Yuri a bit more. But at the same time, I feel bad distracting her from reading. I catch a glimpse of the cover of a book. It looks like the same book she lent me. More than that, she seems to be on the first few pages. Crap. I think she knows me looking at her. She sneaks another glance at me and our eyes meet for a split second. But that only makes her hide her face deeper in her book. Sorry. I was just spacing out. I mutter this, sensing I made her uncomfortable. Oh. There's a... I don't know if you guys can tell on the stream, but there's a little line at her neck level, and her eyes are off center. Or her left eye is like sliding off her face slowly. Like, bye-bye, eyeball. Bye-bye, eyeball. You're going away now, I guess. It's fine. If I was focused, then I probably wouldn't have noticed in the first place. But I'm just rereading a bit of this, so... That's the book you gave me, right? Mm-hmm. I wanted to reread some of it. Not for any particular reason. Oh, we're fine, everyone. Eyeball back on the face. We're good. Just curious, how come you have 2 copies of the same book? Well, when I stopped at the bookstore yesterday, that's not what I meant. I mean, I just happened to buy 2 of them. Ah, I see. There's something fairly obvious here that Yuri isn't telling me, but I decided to let it go. I'll definitely start reading it soon. I'm glad to hear. Once it starts to pick up, you might have a hard time putting it down. It's a very engaging and relatable story. Is that so? What's the story about anyway? Well, I look at the cover of the book. The book is titled Portrait of Markov. There's an ominous looking eye symbol on the front cover. Basically, it's about a religious camp that was turned into a human experiment prison. And the people trapped there have this trait that turns them into killing machines that lust for blood. But the facility gets even worse, and they start selectively breeding people by cutting off their limbs and affixing them to... that might be a bit of a spoiler. I do believe that that's a different plot than the first time around. But anyway, I'm really into it. The book, I mean. Not the thing about the limbs. It's kind of dark, isn't it? You already made it sound like there was going to be a nice story, so that dark turn came from nowhere. Are you not a fan of that sort of thing, Chiron? No, it's not that. I mean, I can definitely enjoy those kinds of stories, so don't worry. I hope so. Yeah, I totally forgot that Yuri is into those things. She's so shy and reclusive on the outside, but her mind seems to be completely different. It's just that this kind of story, it's the kind that challenges you to look at life from a strange new perspective. When horrible things happen, not just because someone wants to be evil, but because the world is full of horrible people and we're all worthless anyway. Then suddenly... I'm rambling, aren't I? Not again. I'm sorry. Hey, don't apologize. I haven't lost interest or anything. You had a little bit of a freak out there in the middle, but I'm with you still. Well, I guess it's alright then. But I feel like I should let you know I have this problem. When I let things like books and writing fill my thoughts, my whole body gets... I kind of forget to pay attention to other people. So I'm sorry if I end up saying something strange. And please stop me if I start talking too much. That's I really don't think you need to worry. This means you're passionate about reading. I don't think our character is paying much attention to what's actually being said here. The least I can do is listen. I think the history doesn't show us the little weird freak out moments. Well, no, it does, I think. Here, let me... Yeah, it does. Okay, hold on a second. I'm trying to find... Because one thing she said about my body... I can't find it again. She said something about her body and everything, but I can't find the line where she says it. But I can find the one where she does the suddenly, you know, we're all horrible people thing. Oh well. Least I can do is listen. It's all literature club after all. That's true. In fact, I might as well get started. I might as well get started reading it, right? Yes. I mean, you don't have to, but what are you saying? Let me just get the book. I quickly retrieved the book that I had put into my bag. All right, it's fine if I sit here, right? I slip into the seat next to Yuri's. Yeah. Are you sure? You seem a little apprehensive. I'm sorry. It's not that I don't want you to. It's just something I'm not very used to. That is, reading in company with someone. I see. Well, just tell me if you end up distracting you or anything. Alright. I open the book and start the prologue. I soon understand what Yuri means about reading in company. It's as if I can feel her presence over my shoulder as I read. It's not a particularly bad thing. Maybe a little distracting. But the feeling of that is somewhat comforting. Yuri is in the corner of my eye. I realize that she's not actually looking at her own. Yes, Vampire Newell, I will not be showing her where I live this time. That's a fair assessment. I glance over. It looks like she's reading from my book instead. Sorry. I was just bathing in the... What was that? Something about bathing in blood or something? That was a weird. Yuri, you really apologize a lot, don't you? I do? I don't really mean to. Sorry. I mean... Haha. Here, this should work, right? I slide my desk up until it's up against Yuri's, then hold the book more between the two of them. I like bathing in the warmth of your body heat. Yeah, here. I have an idea of one. I'm going to try and find something out real quick here. Just a moment. What the crap? Ugh. Sorry guys, I'm trying to find like a full text dump of the game, and it's just not happening. Nobody has them. Yeah, nobody has them. Sorry, guys. Anyway, I suppose so. Yuri timidly closes her own copy. Once we each lean in a bit, our shoulders are almost touching. It feels like my left arm is in the way, so instead I use my right hand to hold the book open. I guess that makes it kind of difficult to turn the page. Here. Yeah, our character is not well in the head. he seems to be missing some things. Yuri takes her left arm and holds the left side of the book between her thumb and forefinger. Ah, I do the same with my right arm on the right side of the book. That way, I turn the page and Yuri slides it under her thumb after it flips to her side. But in holding it like this, we're huddled even closer together than before. It's actually kind of distracting me. It's as if I can feel the warmth of Yuri's face, and she's in the corner of my vision. Are you ready? Huh? To turn the page. Oh, sorry. I think I got a bit distracted for a second. I glance over at Yuri's face again, and our eyes meet. I don't know how I'll be able to keep up with her. That's okay. You're not as used to reading, right? I don't mind being patient if it takes you a bit longer. It's probably the least I can do, since you've been so patient with me. Yeah. Thanks. We continue reading. Yuri no longer asks me if I'm ready to turn the page. Instead, I just assume that if she finishes the page before me, so I turn it by my own volition. We continue the first chapter in silence. As I said before, me and my wife are the same way with that. She reads way faster than I do. Even so, turning each page almost feels like an intimate exchange. My thumb gently letting go of the page, letting it flutter over to her side as she catches it under her own thumb. Hey Yuri, this might be a silly thought, but the main character kind of reminds me of you a little bit. She looks super happy about that. Huh? No, I don't relate to this character at all. Definitely not. Really? I was just thinking of the way that she second guesses things she says and all that. That's what you were talking about. Sorry. I thought you meant something else about her. Something else? Never mind. We didn't even get that far yet, so I don't know why that came into my head. Yuri, are you feeling alright? Yuri's been a little fidgety ever since we started reading. You can rest if you're feeling sick or something. Your breathing is a little... My breathing? Yuri puts her hand on her chest as if to feel her heartbeat. I didn't even notice. Anyway, I'm fine. I just need some water. Alright, don't push yourself. Yuri stands up and practically rushes out of the classroom. What on earth was that about? Chiron. Did something happen just now? Huh? I have no idea. Yuri was acting a little strange, I guess. So, you don't know anything? Sorry, I can't say I do. Are you worried about her? Oh, no, not really. I was just making sure you didn't do anything to her. No, nothing. Haha, don't worry. I believe you, silly. Yuri just does this sometimes, so it's nothing alarming. Alright, if you say so. Anyway, why don't we start sharing our poems with each other? Huh? Shouldn't we wait for Yuri? Well, she might be a while, so I just figured we'd get started without her. Is that okay? Yeah, I was just asking. I stand up. I make a mental note of where I left off in the book and then slip it back in my bag. Once again, not using the bookmarks like a heathen. Alright. Let's start with Natsuki. I told Natsuki I was interested in her poems yesterday. It's probably only fair if I shared mine with her first. Well, it's about what I expected from someone like you. That's a little blunt. Well, excuse me. It's not like I said it was bad. I just didn't evoke any emotions. So basically, it's not cute enough for your tastes. Do you want to get smacked? I'll pass. Heh. Well, anyway, I guess I need to show you mine. Not that you'll like it. And her poem is nice and simple and just like it was last time. Yes, Woofer. It's a very subtle hint. Yeah, I told you that you weren't gonna like it. I like it. What? Just be honest. I am. Why are you so convinced I wouldn't like it? Well, because everyone at high school thinks that writing has to be all sophisticated and stuff, so people don't even take my writing seriously. But isn't the point of poems for people to express themselves? Your writing style wouldn't make your message any less valid. Yes, exactly. I like when it's easy to read, but it hits you hard. Like in this poem. Seeing everyone around you do great things can be really disheartening. Well, I can't do that voice, Woofer. I only have so many women voices I can do. My throat is awful. So I just decided to write about it. Yeah, I understand. But the other nice thing about simple writing is that it puts more weight on the wordplay. Like I set up for a rhyme at the end, but then it fell flat on purpose. It helps bring out the feeling in the last line. So you did. I guess more went into it than I realized. That's what it means to be a pro. I'm glad you learned something. I didn't expect that from the next one here, did you? I guess not. I decided to humor her with that last comment. I don't really care how old everyone is, but if Natsuki is feeling proud, then I won't take that away from her. Who should I show my poem to next? It's to Monica. Hi, Chiron. Having a good time so far? Yeah. Good. Glad to hear it. By the way, since you're new and everything... Give Natsuki a deep voice? I don't think so. Plus, if I did that, I'd have to give Monica the annoying grating voice. I don't know if that would work either. If you ever have any suggestions for the club, like new activities, or things we can do better, I'm always listening. Don't be afraid to bring things up, okay? Okay, I'll keep that in mind. Of course I'll be afraid to bring things up. I'm much better off just going with the flow until I'm more settled in. Anyway, want to share your poem with me? It's kind of embarrassing, but I guess I have to. Ha. Don't worry, Chiron. We're all a little embarrassed today, you know? But it's that sort of barrier that we'll all learn to get past soon. Yeah, that's true. I hand Monica my poem. Great job, Chiron. I was going oh in my head while reading it. It's really metaphorical. I'm not sure why, but I didn't expect you to go for something so deep. I guess I underestimated you. It's easiest for me to keep everyone's expectations low. That way it always counts when I put in some effort. That's not very fair. Well, I guess it worked anyway. You know that Yuri likes this kind of writing, right? Writing that's full of imagery and symbolism. Sometimes I feel like Yuri's mind is just totally detached from reality. I don't mean that like it's a bad thing though, but sometimes I get the impression that she's just totally given up on people. She spends so much time in her own head that it's probably a much more interesting place for her. That's why she gets so happy when you treat her with a lot of kindness. I don't think she's used to being indulged like that. She must be really starved for social interaction. So don't blame her for coming on a little strongly. Like earlier, I think if she gets too stimulated, she ends up withdrawing and looking for alone time. Suddenly the door opens. Yuri! I'm back. Did I miss anything? Not really. Well, we all started sharing our poems with each other. Huh? Already? I'm sorry for being late. No need to apologize. We still have plenty of time, so I'm more than glad that you took all the time you needed. Alright. Thanks, Monica. I suppose I should get my poem now. Anyway, do you want to read my poem now? Don't worry, I'm not very good. You sound pretty confident for someone that claims not to be very good. Well, that's 'cause I have to sound confident. That doesn't mean I always feel that way, you know? I see. Well, let's read it then. So this is a new one, I think. Hole in the Wall. The first one last time was called Hole in the Wall, but I think this is writing differently. So, hole in the wall. He wasn't looking at me. Confused, I frantically glanced at my surroundings, but my burned eyes can no longer see color. Are there others in this room? Are they talking? Or are they simply poems on flat sheets of paper? The sound of frantic scrawling plays tricks on my ears. The room begins to crinkle, closing in on me. The air I breathe dissipates before it reaches my lungs. I panic. There must be a way out. It's right there. He's right there. Swallowing my fears, I brandish my pen. So the theme is about the same. It's all about peering into another reality and trying desperately to escape the one that you're in. Yeah. So, what do you think? It's very freeform, if that's what you call it. Sorry, I'm not really the right person to ask for feedback. It's okay. Yeah, that kind of style has gotten pretty popular nowadays. That is, a lot of poems have been putting emphasis on the timing between words and lines. When performed out loud, it can be really powerful. What was the inspiration behind this one? Well, I'm not sure if I know how to put it. I guess you could say I had some kind of epiphany recently. It's been influencing my poems a bit. An epiphany? Yeah, something like that. I'm kind of nervous to talk about deep stuff like that, because it's kind of coming on strongly. Maybe after everyone is better friends with each other. Anyway, here's Monica's writing tip of the day. Sometimes, when you're writing a poem or a story, your brain gets too fixated on a specific point. If you try so hard to make it perfect, you'll never make any progress. Just force yourself to get something down on paper and tidy it up later. Another way to think about it is this. If you keep your pen in the same spot for too long, you'll just get a big dark puddle of ink. So just move your hand and go with the flow. That's my advice for today. Thanks for listening. Thanks. Oh, now we can do Yuri. As Yuri reads the poem, I notice her eyes lighten. Exceptional. And what was that? Did I say that out loud? Yuri first covers her mouth, then ends up covering her whole face. I screwed that line up last time, too. I always think it's a typo. He's going to hate me. You really didn't do anything wrong, Yuri. I guess you're right. What am I getting so nervous for? Ha ha ha. Yuri takes a breath. So, what kind of writing experience do you have? Your use of imagery and metaphors indicate you've written a lot of poetry before. Really? That's a huge compliment coming from you. This is actually my first time, really. Huh? Is it our first time? Yuri stares at me blankly, then looks at my poem again. Well, I know that. I just meant... Yuri trails off, unable to find an excuse. She traces her finger along the words of the poem, as if breaking it down more thoroughly. Yeah. Okay. This is the reason I was able to tell. It's just that there were specific writing habits that are usually typical of new writers, and having been through that myself, I kind of learned to pick up on them. I think the most noticeable thing I recognize in new writers is that they try to make their style very deliberate. In other words, they tend to pick a writing style separate from the topic matter, and they fit the two together. The end result is that both the style and expressiveness are weakened. Once Yuri finds her train of thought, it's as if her demeanor totally changes. Her stammering is completely gone, and she sounds like an expert. Of course, that's not something you can be blamed for. There are many different skills and techniques that go into writing even a simple poem. Not just finding them and building them, but getting them to work together is probably the most challenging part. It might take you some time, but it all comes with practice and learning by example and trying new things. I also hope that everyone else in the club gives you valuable feedback. Natsuki can be a little bit biased, though. Biased how? Well, never mind. I shouldn't be talking about people like that. Sorry. It's fine. I'm not sure if Yuri's apologizing to herself, to me, or to Natsuki. Do you mind if I read your poem now? Please do. I'd love to share my thought process behind it. Yuri smiles dreamily, as if it's a rare opportunity for her, which itself is kind of funny. After all, isn't this supposed to be a literature club? And I believe this is the same as the first time. Yep, this is the same poem as the first time for the last time go around. She's obsessed with bathing. She likes the word bathe a lot. Yep, she does. I'm sorry I have such terrible handwriting. What? I wasn't thinking that at all. But it took you a long time to read. Well, I just don't read scripts very often. I actually think your handwriting is pretty. That's a relief. Also, I like the poem. Even though it's short, it was really descriptive. It wasn't too short. I usually write longer poems. Not at all. I'm really glad you like it. I'll be honest. Since it's our first time sharing, I wanted to write something a little more mild. Something easy to digest, I suppose. Are you in the ghost, Yuri? Actually, the story isn't about a ghost at all, Chiron. Really? I must have totally missed the point. Well, I suppose you did only glance over it after all. But remember that poets often express their own thoughts, feelings, and experiences in their work. They usually do more than tell a simple story or paint a picture. In this case, perhaps the subject of the poem is only being symbolically compared to a ghost. Lingering in her last remaining place of comfort, unable to let go of the past, and soon to be left with nothing. It's a lot more solemn putting it that way. I hadn't even thought of that. That's impressive. Eh? It's nothing, really. Yours was impressive too, so... Nah. If anything, I could probably learn a thing or two from you. You think so? Of course. You know, I was really nervous about doing this, but in the end, I enjoyed it. I'm going to keep doing my best for you, Chiron. Ah, me too. Whew, I guess that's everyone. I glanced around the room. That was a little more stressful than I anticipated. Since everyone was judging me for my own mediocre writing abilities. Even if they're just being nice, there's no way my poems could stand up to theirs. We're losing the music, everyone. It is sweet. It is sweet, Wilford. It's very sweet. And you guys are right about people like Natsuki. You just have to kind of humor them and go along with it, because otherwise you will not hear the end of it. This is a literature club after all. I sigh. I guess that's what I ended up getting myself into. Across the room, Monika is writing something in her notebook. My eyes land on Yuri and Natsuki. They gingerly exchange pieces of paper, sharing their respective poems. Oh, I remember this. They get really upset. I'm sure everything will be fine this time. As they read in tandem, I watch each of their expressions change. Natsuki's eyebrows furrow in their frustration. Meanwhile, Yuri smiles sadly. What's with this language? Huh? Did you say something? Oh, it's nothing. Natsuki dismissively returns the poem to her desk with one hand. I guess you could say it's fancy. Thanks. Yours is cute. Cute? Do you completely miss the symbolism or something? It's clearly about the feeling of giving up. How can that be cute? I know that. I just meant the language, I guess. I was trying to say something nice. You mean you have to try that hard to come up with something nice to say? Thanks, but it really didn't come out nice at all. Well, I do have a couple suggestions. Ha! If I was looking for suggestions, I would have asked someone who actually liked it. Which people did, by the way. Monika liked it, and Chiron did too. So based on that, I'll gladly give you some suggestions of my own. First of all... Excuse me. I appreciate the offer, but I've spent a long time establishing my writing style. I don't expect it to change anytime soon, unless of course I come across something particularly inspiring, which I haven't yet. Huh. And Chiron liked my poem too, you know. He even told me he was impressed by it. Natsuki suddenly stands up. Oh? I didn't realize you were so invested in trying to impress our new member, Yuri. Huh? That's not what I... You're just... Yuri stands up as well. Maybe you're just jealous that Chiron appreciates my advice more than he appreciated yours. How do you know he didn't appreciate my advice more? Are you not full of yourself? I know. If I was full of myself, I would deliberately go out of my way to make everything I do overly cutesy. Well, you know what? I wasn't the one whose boobs magically grew a size bigger as soon as Chiron started showing up. Natsuki, that's a little... That's a little of you! Taking out your own insecurities on others like that. You really act as young as you look, Natsuki. Me? Look who's talking! Look who wanted to be edgy, bitch! Edgy? Sorry, my lifestyle is too much for someone of your mental age to comprehend. See? Just saying that proves my point! Most people learn to get over themselves after they graduate middle school, you know! If you want to prove anything, then stop harassing others with your sickening attitude. You think you can counterbalance your toxic personality just by dressing and acting cute? The only cute thing about you is how hard you try. Ha! Whoa! Be careful, you might cut yourself on the edge, Yuri! Oh, my bad, you already did, don't you? Did you just accuse me of cutting myself? What the fuck is wrong with your head? Yeah, go on! Let Chiron hear everything you really think. I'm sure he'll be head over heels for you after this. Suddenly Yuri turns toward me as if just noticing I was standing here. Chiron, she's just trying to make me look bad. That's not true. She started it. I forget what those lines said, but they're not fun. Okay, we can't pick Yuri. Game bug, sorry guys. We'll get past this in a second. Oh, hi Monica. Yeah, any of you guys who are watching this back later, you can pause it and reread those lines. They're not fun. Hey, Chiron. Oh, why don't we step outside for a bit? Okay. Sorry about that. They really shouldn't have tried to get you involved. It's probably better for us to stay out of this. We'll go back inside once they're done yelling. Hahaha. Some president I am, right? I can't even confront my own club members properly. I just wish I was able to be a little more assertive sometimes. But I never have it in me to put my foot down against others. You understand, right? Anyway, if this makes you want to spend less time with others, then that's fine. I'd be happy to spend my time with you instead. Suddenly Natsuki runs out of the classroom. And she's crying. She quickly runs away. Oh dear. Well, it looks like they're done. I didn't mean it. I didn't mean it. I didn't mean it. Yuri is walking back and forth in her desk with her palms on her forehead. Yuri? I didn't mean it. I believe you. I have no idea what Yuri might have said to Natsuki. Or did. Chiron, please don't hate me. Please. I'm not like this. There's something wrong with me today. It's fine, Yuri. We know you didn't mean it. Besides, I'm sure Natsuki will forget all about it by tomorrow. Completely. Anyway, the meeting is over, so you can go home now if you want. Yuri looks at me like she wants to say something, but she keeps glancing at Monica. You can go first, Monica. I'd like to stay a little bit longer. I'm the president. I should be the last one out. I'll wait for you to be done. Well, I'm the vice president, so please let me take that responsibility today. It kind of sounds like you don't want me to be around for something, Yuri. It's not that. It's not that. I didn't get much of a chance to discuss my book with Chiron. It would just be embarrassing with you listening. Sorry. I guess I don't really have a choice, do I? I'm sorry for causing trouble, but I really... Oh! Next poem. Let's save again. Yeah, I'm seeing if we can't get the game to bug. Yeah, I can't remember where she's at. She's down there somewhere. Nope, we couldn't get it. We couldn't get her to do it. There's a bunch of random stuff that can happen in this game. It's just a matter of having it happen. Anyway, no day passes and it's time for club meeting already. I've gotten a little bit more comfortable here over the past couple days. Yeah, we didn't get Yuri's weird sticker either. Entering the club room, the usual scene greets me. Welcome back, Chiron. Hi, Yuri. I'm not sure if it's me, or if it's Yuri's expression changed. Or if it's Yuri's expression, but the weight of yesterday's quarrel still hangs in the air a little. Yuri glances over his shoulder, looking around the room. Natsuki is reading manga at a desk. And surprisingly, Monika isn't here yet. Suddenly, Yuri takes my arm and pulls me to the corner of the room. About yesterday, I really need to apologize. Nothing like that has ever happened before. And something just came over me, I guess. I wasn't acting mentally sound. Please don't think we're usually like this. Not just me, but Natsuki as well. Yuri, rather. I'm happy you were considerate and apologized. You don't have to worry too much. Even though I've only been here a couple days, I could tell something was off yesterday. Maybe we're just a little extra sensitive because it was our first time sharing poems. But whatever it was, it didn't make me think any less of you. I already decided that there was no way you could be a bad person. And now that you're apologizing, I know you really didn't mean it. Chiron, don't say those kinds of things so frankly. They make me a little too happy. I'm really glad that you're such an understanding person. And I'm really glad that you joined this club. Everything is a little bit brighter with you around and... Sorry, what am I saying right now? I just... Uh-oh. Hey, have you guys seen Monika? No, I haven't. I was also kind of wondering where she was. Man, Yuri, I'm guessing you haven't either. Yuri is clearly taken aback by how calmly Natsuki is addressing her. No, I haven't. Jeez, this isn't like her at all. I know it's stupid, but I can't help but worry a little bit. What? Why are you looking at me like that? Natsuki, about yesterday. I just wanted to apologize. Yeah, well, for everyone can be a bad person, especially when you don't know who they are yet. I promise I didn't mean any of the things I said, and I'll do my best to stay under control from now on. So... Yuri, what the heck are you talking about? Did you say something yesterday? Or do something yesterday? Jeez! Whatever's on your mind... I'm sure it was nothing. I don't even remember anything bad happening. You're the kind of person who worries too much about little things, aren't you? Well, Monika said that Natsuki wouldn't remember anything. But... I accept your apology anyway, if it helps you feel better about it. Besides, it's kind of nice to hear since I was always afraid you secretly hated me or something like that. Hehehe. No, not at all. I don't hate you. Well, you're kind of weird, but I don't hate you either. Natsuki turns to me. You're still on trial, though. Hey! Suddenly the door swings open. Sorry. I'm super sorry. Ah, there you are. I didn't mean to be late. I hope you guys aren't worried or anything. Nah. Well, Natsuki was. I was not! Ha ha ha. What took you so long anyway? Well, my last period today was study hall. And to be honest, I kind of just lost track of time. Haha. That makes no sense, though. You would have heard the bell ring at least. I must not have heard it, since I was practicing piano. Yeah, Starbrain, I'll point it out if we, see it. We haven't seen it yet, though. I don't think it happens all the time. Piano? I wasn't aware you played music as well, Monica. Ah, don't give me more credit than I deserve. I guess I've been practicing for a while, but I'm still not really good yet. Still, that must require... that must require a lot of dedication. So I'm still impressed. Ah, well thanks, Yuri. You should play something for us sometime. Haha, that's... Monica looks at me. Well, I am working on writing a song, but it's not quite done yet. Maybe once I get a little bit better, I will. That sounds cool. I look forward to it. I do too. Is that so? In that case, I won't let you down, Chiron. Monica smiles sweetly, and she shoved the other girls out of the way. Ah, I didn't mean any pressure or anything like that. Ah, don't worry. I was hoping that I could share with you anyway. I guess that's why I've been practicing so much recently. I see. I'm not sure if Monica was referring to the whole club or just me. In that case, best of luck. Thanks. So, I didn't miss anything, did I? No, not really. I chose not to bring up anything that the three of us talked about. Besides, Natsuki had already run off into the closet. Chiron, since your compliments put me in a good mood, I was wondering if you would like to spend some time together today. I mean, in the club. Yes, definitely. I planned on it anyway. Okay. Can we start now? Let's find a place to sit. I'm being a little too forceful, aren't I? I'm sorry. My heart just won't stop pounding for some reason. Don't worry about it. If anything, it's nice to see you have so much energy. Yeah. But I need to try to calm down. I won't be able to focus on reading like this. Take your time. Yuri takes a deep breath and pulls a copy of the book out of her bag. Actually, I have a request. Do you mind if I make some tea first? Not at all. Thanks very much. If there's one thing that can make my reading time here any better, it's a nice cup of tea. Not to mention for yourself as well. Yuri stands up and makes her way to the closet. I follow and watch as she retrieves a small water pitcher from the shelf, the kind with a filter inside. Can you hold this for a second? Sure. Yuri hands me the water pitcher and also fetches an electric kettle. I'm going to plug this in at the teacher's desk, and I'll go get some water. She walks past me and sets the kettle down on the teacher's desk. I simply watch her movements. To my surprise, the way she moves really contrasts her speaking mannerisms. Especially because of her long legs, Yuri appears elegant and methodical. Okay, may I have the water pitcher? Thanks, I'll be right back. Might as well walk with you. That's okay. You stay here. It won't take long. Pitcher in hand, Yuri hurries out of the classroom. So that's different than last time too. Last time we were all about lovey-dovey and being like, oh, let's go get water together. And this time she's like, I gotta go, bye. Did Yuri leave you again? No, it's not like that this time. She's just filling up the water pitcher to make tea. Oh, okay. Sorry for misunderstanding. 10 minutes pass. Yuri said it wouldn't take long. Is something holding her up? I'm bored just waiting here, so I decided to go look for her. Let's see. The most logical place for Yuri to be would be near the nearest water fountain. I'm going to try something here. There's an Easter egg with this as well. I start heading down the hallway. Ha. Ha. Ha ha. What's that noise? It's coming from around the corner. It sounds like breathing. A sharp inhale like someone sucking the air through their teeth. Are they in pain? I reach the corner and peer around it. Yuri? Yeah. Huh? Yuri, sharp, what's the most logical place on the lower board? I'm back. Okay. Thanks for waiting patiently. Chiron, do you like oolong tea? Yeah. Anything is fine. Yeah, she... So, it turns out Yuri does have a problem, and all that knife imagery in all of her poems, and all of her interactions with her, turns out they, yeah, it turns out she has an issue, anyway. Very well. Yuri sets the temperature on the kettle at 200 degrees. Now it's the time to get the teapot. You really do this properly, don't you? Of course. I shouldn't do any less when I'm making tea for others. Yeah, and one of the Easter eggs too is when you're doing the poem where you're choosing the words, she can have a sprite where the arms on her jacket are rolled down and she's got cuts all up her arms. Yeah, the raccoon poem from the first time around is a very, very strong indication. Even if I'm not an expert on tea or anything? In that case, you will only be even more impressed. Ah, perhaps I will. Yuri fetches the teapot and begins measuring tea leaves. To my surprise, she even starts humming a little to herself. You must be in a good mood now. Is that so? As it turns out, when you cut yourself, you sometimes feel a dopamine rush. I was letting it show, and you noticed. I was doing a bit of thinking. I decided I would try expressing myself a little bit more. It turns out it's not very hard for me to do. When it's you who's around, anyway. Ah, that's great, Yuri. Just don't push yourself too much. You're always worrying about me, Chiron. It's very endearing. Yuri wasn't kidding. I don't even know if I can keep up with this. I watched Yuri pour a cup of tea for each of us. Chiron, I have another request. Do you mind if we sit on the floor today? Why is that? It's just a little bit easier on my back. I can read with my back against the wall rather than bending over at my desk. Oh, sorry, I didn't realize. No worries. I just have back pain fairly regularly, so I do my best to manage it. Is that so? I wonder why that is. It's most likely because your posture, right? Always hunch over like that while reading? Yes, I have terrible reading posture, so that's why we should sit on the floor. Fair enough. I'll go ahead and get the book. And once again, she can't quite bring herself to tell us the real reason for her back pain. I have some chocolate as well. It's a bag of small chocolate candies. I take it since it'll go well with the tea. Yuri and I have been sitting against the wall, teacups on our sides, and as if in sync, we assume the same reading position as last time, each holding one half of the book. Except this time, our bodies are even closer to each other. I can't see too well. Yuri slides closer until our shoulders are touching. How am I supposed to focus on reading like this? Yuri's always kind of cute, but when she's being less apprehensive, it's almost more than I can handle. Your teacup? She hands me my teacup. Holding it with my hands, that's not holding the book, I end up in a position that makes it even harder to focus, because now I need to worry about making sure I don't accidentally touch her chest. Meanwhile, Yuri hasn't noticed a single thing. She wears her intense reading expression, and I can only presume the world around her has faded away. I use all my willpower to focus on reading. After a few minutes, I finally managed to relax a little. I put the teacup between my legs and fumble with chocolate wrapper. Oh, sorry. I briefly let go of the book to finish opening the wrapper. You can have as much as you want. That's okay. I won't take any. You sure? Well, if I touch it, then it might get smudges on the page. Oh, you're right. I didn't even think about that. My bad. No need to apologize. I'll hold the book, okay? Are you sure? Of course. Yuri opens the book with both hands. She holds it so that I don't have a harder time reading from it. But as a result, her left arm is practically resting on top of my leg. Well, in that case, Yuri is already totally focused on reading again. I take the chocolate candy and pop it into my mouth. Then I take another chocolate, and I hold it up to Yuri. She doesn't even look away from the book. She simply parts her lips as if the situation was completely natural. That means I can't stop here. I apprehensively place the chocolate in her mouth. Just like that, Yuri closes her lips over it. Yuri's expression suddenly breaks. Did I just... Yuri looks at me like she needs to confirm what just happened. Chiron? Sorry. I guess I shouldn't have done that. Yuri starts breathing heavily, and the music stopped. I can't. Chiron. Suddenly, Yuri forcibly grabs my arm and jerks me to my feet. My teacup gets knocked over. Chiron. My heart. My heart won't stop pounding, Chiron. I can't calm down. I can't focus on anything anymore. Can you feel it, Chiron? Yuri suddenly presses my hand against her chest. Why is this happening to me? I feel like I'm losing my mind. I can't make it stop. It even makes me not want to read. I just want to look at you. And her eyes are freaky. No real eyes. Real eyes are bad. No, it's fine. I'm good. I'm good with being this close. It's okay. It's time to share poems. Whew. Monica to the rescue again. Let's go with Monica. Well, we're gonna veer a little away from Yuri this time. Chiron, I think you saw something earlier you weren't supposed to see. I didn't want to have to tell you this, but I don't think I have a choice. It's getting kind of dangerous for you to spend so much time with Yuri. I don't know why, but she seems pretty easily excitable when she's around you, which shouldn't be a problem in itself. But when Yuri gets too excited, she finds a place to hide and starts cutting herself with a pocket knife. Isn't that kind of messed up? She even brings a different one to school every day, like she has a collection or something. I mean, it's definitely not because she's depressed or anything like that. I think she just gets some kind of high from it. It might even be like a sexual thing. But the point is, you've been enabling her. I'm not saying it's your fault though. But I guess that's why I had to explain it all to you. So I think if you keep your distance, that would probably be best for her. While you're at it, don't be shy to spend a little more time with me. To put it lightly, I at least have it together in the head, and I know how to treat my club members. But anyway, you want to read my poem now? I like the way this one turned out. I hope you do too. Save me. The colors they want. Bright, beautiful colors. We're missing the vowels, everyone. Flashing, expanding, piercing. Red, blue, and the endless cacophony of meaningless noise. The noise, it won't stop. Violent, grating. This one's like the last one, but it's missing lots of letters. Like playing a chalkboard on a turntable. Like playing a knife on a breathing rib cage. Okay. Endless poem of meaningless. Delete her. Okay. This is the breathing the knife to a breathing ribcage thing is maybe a little bit disturbing. Sorry, I know it was kind of abstract. I'm just trying to well, never mind. There's no point in explaining. Anyway, here's Monica's writing tip of the day. Sometimes you'll find yourself facing a difficult decision. When that happens, don't forget to save your game. You never know when, who am I talking to? Can you hear me? Tell me you can hear me. Anything. Please help me. That's my advice for today. Thanks for listening. Malika's not quite all there herself right now. Natsuki?
Huh. Well, it's not really any worse than your last one, but I can't really say it's better either. What?
Well, anything that isn't a train wreck I'll take as a win. I get the feeling you're probably the most critical.
Hey, what makes you... Wait, maybe that was a compliment. Haha, glad to see someone recognizes my experience. Well then, keep practicing, and maybe you'll be as good as me someday.
Something tells me Natsuki completely missed the point.
Just make sure you find a little bit of influence from everyone. I think you're at least being influenced by Yuri a little bit, aren't you? I mean, I know you've been, like, spending some time with her or whatever. But you know, Malika and I are just as good as her. At poems, I mean. You should really try to learn something, and you'll never get better. Here's the one I wrote. I'll make sure you learn something from it.
Amy likes spiders. Okay, you know what I heard about Amy? Amy likes spiders. Icky, wiggly, hairy, ugly spiders. That's why I'm not friends with her. Amy has a cute singing voice. I heard her singing my favorite love song. Every time she sang the chorus, my heart would pound to the rhythm of the words. But she likes spiders. That's why I'm not friends with her. One time, I hurt my leg really bad. Amy helped me up and took me to the nurse. I try not to let her touch me. She likes spiders, so her hands are probably gross. That's why I'm not friends with her. Amy has a lot of friends. I always see her talking to people. She probably talks about spiders. What if her friends start to like spiders too? That's why I'm not friends with her. It doesn't matter if she has other hobbies. It doesn't matter if she keeps it private. It doesn't matter if it doesn't hurt anyone. It's gross. She's gross. The world is better off without spider lovers, and I'm going to tell everyone. So we didn't get to read this last time. I wonder if it's really about spiders. Probably not. Probably not really about spiders. I have a feeling there's something else going on here.
Not bad, right?
It's quite longer than yesterday's.
Yesterday's was way too short. I was just warming up. I hope you didn't think that was the best I could do.
No, of course not.
Anyway, the message is pretty straightforward in this poem. I doubt I have to explain it. Like anyone could agree, the subject of the poem is ignorant. Anyone would agree that the subject of this poem is an ignorant jerk. Everyone has some kind of weird hobby or guilty pleasure. Something that you're afraid if people find out, they'd make fun of you for, or think less of you. But that just makes people stupid. Who cares what someone likes as long as they're not hurting anyone and it makes them happy? I think people really need to learn to respect others for liking weird things, such as two of the girls in this very club whom I respectfully won't name. Kind of ironic that even on my one place of comfort, I can't even have people respect me. Geez, now you're making me complain too much.
What did I do? For what it's worth, I respect you.
Well, I guess thanks, but it's kind of obvious that you respect Yuri more, so whatever. We're done sharing, so we can leave now.
Alright. Now, Malika told us not to get near Yuri, but we're going to get near Yuri. I've been waiting for this. Let's see what you've written for today. Oh, she can't even speak, she likes it so much. Yuri stares at the poem with a surprised expression on her face. Do you like it?
Chiron, one might be even better than yesterday's. How did you even pick up on this so quickly? Just yesterday, I was telling you the kind of techniques worth practicing.
Maybe that's why. You did a good job explaining. I really wanted to try giving it more imagery. Yuri visibly swallows. Even her hands appear sweaty.
That makes me so happy. It's amazing to feel like I'm valued, Chiron. Everything that you write is a treasure to me. My heart pounds just holding it. I want to write a poem about this feeling. Is that bad, Chiron? I'm not being weird, right? I'm having a harder time than usual concealing my emotions. I'm kind of embarrassed. But right now, I just want you to read my poem too. Okay?
Oh, I think this is a new one? Yeah, this is a new one. Wheel. A rotating wheel, turning an axle, grinding, bolt head, linear gearbox, falling sky, 7 holy stakes, a docked ship, a portal to another world, a thin rope tied to a thick rope, a torn harness, parabolic gearbox, expanding universe, time controlled by slipping cogwheels, existence of God, swimming with open water in all directions, drowning, a prayer written in blood, a prayer written in a time-devouring snakes with human eyes, a thread connecting all living human eyes, a kaleidoscope of holy stakes, exponential gearbox, a sky of exploding stars, God disproving the existence of God, a wheel rotating in 6 dimensions, 40 gears and a ticking clock, a clock that ticks 1 second for every rotation of the planet, a clock that ticks 40 times every time it ticks second time, the bullhead of holy stakes tied to the existence of a docked ship to another world, a kaleidoscope of blood written in clocks, a time-devouring prayer connecting a sky of 40 gears and the open human eyes in all directions, breathing gearbox, breathing bullhead, breathing ship, breathing portal, breathing snakes, breathing God, breathing blood, breathing holy stakes, breathing human eyes, breathing time, breathing prayer, breathing sky, breathing wheel. This is a very well-written poem, and it's definitely not just a collection of random words and phrases. Ha ha ha. It doesn't really matter what it's about. My mind has been a little hyperactive lately, so I had to take it out on your pen. That is a pen fell out of your backpack yesterday, so I took it home for safekeeping, and I just really like the way that it writes, so I wrote this poem with it, and now you're touching it. Ha ha ha. I'm okay. What did I just... So she's a creepy stalker lady now. Isn't that fun? She finds random objects that we leave behind and keeps them and takes them home with her. Can we pretend this conversation never happened? You can keep the poem, though. You haven't liked a special poem. Would you like to read it? I sure would. Happy thoughts. Special poem. Happy thoughts. Happy thoughts, everyone. You notice that her hands are bloody. So everyone, do you see the Chiori face? No, well, for she won't do anything with the pen. It's fine. My cursor's a... Oh, you guys can see it. Okay. The Chiori face is following my cursor. Look. But you got a weird eye, Monica. Ha ha ha. Okay, everyone. We're all done reading to each other's poems, right? We have something we need to get over today, so if everyone could come sit at the front of the room. Is this about the festival? Well, sort of. Do we really have to do something for the festival? It's not like we can put together anything good in just a few days. We'll just end up embarrassing ourselves instead of getting new members. That is a concern of mine as well. I don't really do well with last-minute preparations. Don't worry so much. We're going to keep it simple, okay? Look. I know everyone's been a little more lively ever since Chiron joined, and we've started with some club activities. But this isn't the time for us to become complacent. We still only have 4 members, and the festival is our only real chance to find more, you know? Sorry. What's so great about getting new members anyway? We already have enough to be considered an official club. More members would just mean everything getting noisier and more difficult to manage. Natsuki, I don't think you're looking at it the right way at all. Don't you want to share your passion with as many people as you can? To inspire them to find the same feeling that brought you here in the first place. The literature club should be a place where people can express themselves like they can't do anywhere else. It should be a place so intimate that you never want to leave. I know you feel that way too. I know we all do. So that's why we should work hard and put something together for the festival, even if it's something small. Right, Chiron?
Oh, come on. You can't take advantage of Chiron to agree with you just because he doesn't know how to say no to anything. Look, Monica, Do you really think any of us here joined this club with other people in mind? Yuri never even talked until Chiron joined. As for me, I just like it better here than I do at home. And Chiron isn't even passionate about literature in the first place. And that's everyone. Sorry, but you're really the only one who's interested in finding new members. The rest of us are all... The rest of us are fine, just like this. I know you're president and all, but you should really consider our opinions for once.
Monica is clearly taken aback by Natsuki's words. Yeah, Natsuki is a very blunt person. She has no problem saying how she feels. That's not true at all. I'm sure Yuri and Chiron want to get more members too. Right? I don't know about Yuri, but I'm kind of indifferent. If I showed as much enthusiasm as Monica wanted, that'd probably be lying. Still, if it's up to me to rescue the situation... No. Natsuki's right, isn't she? This club is nothing more than a place for a few people to hang out. Why did I think everyone here saw it the same way I did? But does that mean that we're against getting new members or anything? Chiron, why did you even join this club? What were you hoping to get out of it? Well, I was hoping to be around a bunch of ladies in a classroom setting. It's not really something I can be honest about, is it? In fact, if I remember, you weren't even given a choice not to join. Monica sits down and stares at her desk. That's true. We never clicked a yes, I would like to join button. What's the point of this anyway? What if starting this club was a mistake?
Now you've done it, Natsuki. What, me? I just spoke my mind. Is it a crime to be honest?
It's not about being honest. It's about word choice. Besides, you have no right to speak for everyone else in the club like that.
You don't understand at all. I just want a place to feel nice to hang out with a few friends. Is there a problem with the club being like that for me? There aren't many other places like that for me. And now Monica wants to take it away from me. She's not taking anything... Oh, sorry. Back to me. She's not taking anything away. No, Chiron. It's not the same. It won't be the same with the direction she wants to take it. If I wanted that, I could have just joined any other stupid club. But this one, I mean, at least for a little bit of time, things were nice.
Natsuki starts packing up her things.
I'm going home. I feel like I don't belong here right now.
Natsuki ignores Yuri and walks right out of the classroom. Yeah, everyone's way more dysfunctional this time around. This is bad. I don't know what to do. Well, do you have an opinion on the festival? I don't know. I'm kind of indifferent, I guess. Who cares about that obnoxious brat? I mean, I like how nice and quiet this club is right now. And I'm just happy with you here. But still, I'm the vice president. It's not right for me to ignore my responsibilities like that. Nobody would have cried if she killed herself. Okay. I should do my best to consider everyone's perspective and make the decision that's right for the club. But what about you, Chiron? What do you want to get out of this club? I want a goth girlfriend. If I'm being honest. Yeah. Yuri repeats the same question as Monica. I decided giving an indirect answer is better than nothing. I think the most important thing is for everyone to get along, and for the club to provide something that you can't get anywhere else. I don't think it's about how many members, but rather the quality of each member. That's what will end up making the Literature Club a special place. I see. I really agree with you. Each member contributes their own quality... She's bleeding. She's dripping blood from her eye. Okay. Each their own qualities in a special way. With each change in members, the identity of the club as a whole will change too. I don't think that's necessarily a bad thing. Stepping out of your comfort zone once in a while. So if you would like to help Monica with the festival, then I'm on your side as well. Alright. Well, maybe we can talk to Natsuki tomorrow. Yuri nods. Hey, Yuri. Huh? I know things were a little awkward yesterday, but I feel like you deserve to know that I still think you're a wonderful vice president. And also a wonderful friend.
Well, Monica.
I want to do everything I can to make this the best club ever. Okay?
Me too.
Yeah. Let's all go home for today. We'll talk about the festival tomorrow.
Okay. I look forward to it. Shall we go, Chiron?
Please don't take this the wrong way, but I'm going to chat a little bit with Chiron before we leave. Just to see what he thinks of this time here and all that. It's important to me as president. Yeah, she does not want us hanging out with Yuri. Yuri looks a little troubled, but she doesn't protest.
Okay. I trust your judgment, Monica. In that case, I'll see the two of you tomorrow.
See you tomorrow. Monica waves as Yuri exits the classroom. Whew. Things have been a bit hectic lately, haven't they? Chiron, I just wanted to make sure you're enjoying your time at this club. I would really hate to see you unhappy. I feel kind of like I'm responsible for that as president. Hey, it's getting darker all of a sudden. And I really do care about you, you know? I don't like seeing the other girls give you a hard time. With how mean Natsuki is and everything. And Yuri being a little bit, you know. Sometimes it feels like you and I are the only real people here. You know what I mean? But it's weird, because in all the time you've been here, we've hardly gotten to spend any time together. I mean, I guess it's technically only been a couple days. Sorry, I didn't mean to say something weird. There are just some things I've been hoping to talk about with you. Things I know only you would understand. So that's why... No, wait, not yet. No, stop it. Yeah, that was fine. Everything's cool. It's fine. She'll be fine. Anywho.